Hello everyone. Today let's solve the Leetcode problem number 5, longest palindromic substring. So what the question says, given a string S, return the longest palindromic substring in S. So we have to return the longest palindromic substring in S, right? So what's the example they have given? This one. S equals string, within the strings they have given BABAD. Nothing but the output is PAP. The longest palindromic substring is BAB of length 3, we can see, right? Also in explanation they have given ABA is also a valid answer because they both are palindrome. BAB here from the right side also, if we read, it will be BAB itself. So palindrome ABA is also valid answer. So yeah, both are of the length 3. We can either display this one or we can take this one. This is fair. Next, so they have given CBBD. BB is the longest palindrome. So let's write the code and try to understand with the example 1, right? This one. So initially what I'll do, this is the base case. What will be the base case? If the string length is either 0 or 1. So suppose we are having an empty string that is of length 0. We will be returning true. I mean, we'll be returning, that will be palindrome itself. If we have only a string of length 1, nothing but if we have A or B, one string, then also it is a palindrome, right? So if the string length is either 0 or 1, the entire string is palindrome itself. So I'll just make use of the if condition. Length of the S is less than or equal to 1. Let's return yes. So just give me a second. So yeah, next what we will do, we will create the DP array of size length of this one. Yes, initiated with false initially. So what we are doing again, we'll create the DP array of length of the is nothing but this one, initialized with false. So I'll just give let DP equals, just make use of array length of the S. Let's fill this with false initially. Next, let's initialize the longest palindromic substring. Nothing but I'll just take this one LPS as an empty string. I'll just give let LPS equals this empty string. This is fine. So next step what we will do, we will start from the end of the string and move towards the beginning. So in the example, we will start from the end of the string and move towards the beginning, right? So let's make use of the for loop. For, yeah.
Run and greater than or equal to 0.
In the next step, same thing. Let's start from the end again and we will move towards the current I. We are not moving towards the beginning. We will start from the end again and we will only move towards the current I. So I'll be considering for loop again. Let me give equals length of the S. Same thing, but here we'll be giving j greater than or equal to I. We'll decrement the j. Well, this is fine. Next step, we will be checking if the characters at I and j are same. So we will simply check if the characters I and j are same and either substring length is less than 3 or inner substring is a palindrome. These 3 things we will check. First thing, we are checking if the characters at I and j are same. First thing, and either substring length, when I'm saying I and j, right? Either substring length is less than 3 or the final one, inner substring is palindrome or not. These 3 things we will be doing. I'll just consider if condition S of I equals S of j, first one. Next, 1 second. Yeah. J minus I less than 2, or finally dp of j minus 1. This is fine. Next, what we will do, we will mark the dp of j, the last one, this one we have took here, right? We will mark the dp of j equals true, meaning that substring from I to j is a palindrome. If substring that we have considered from I to j, whether it is a palindrome, we will mark the dp of j is true, right? This is simple. dp of j here will mark this one true. Next step, if the palindrome is longer than the current longest palindrome, we will be updating the newly found palindrome. Simple. If the palindrome is longer than the current palindrome, then we will update the LPS, this one, LPS, to the new longest palindromic substring. This is simple. So I'll just make use of the if condition. This is one case, j minus I plus 1 greater than LPS, length of the longest palindromic substring. LPS equals, I'll just give, let's make use of the substring from I comma j plus 1. We'll be updating. That's why we have took j plus 1, right? So this is simple. Next, what we'll be doing, if the characters don't match, means, if the characters don't match, or the substring, whatever the substring that we have found is not a palindrome, then we will be returning true. Here we have returned, then we'll be returning false. Here we have returned true because the character was a palindrome, or the substring was a palindrome. Here the substring is not a palindrome. I mean, if characters don't match or substring isn't a palindrome, we will be returning false. So I'll just take here else, same thing, dp of j, I'll just give this one to false. So finally what I'll do, I'll just return the LPS, meaning we are returning the longest palindromic substring that is found, right? So after updating, after checking for everything, and after updating, I mean, whatever the longest palindromic substring that is found, we'll be returning that. In our case, I'll just return LPS. So let me format the code and let me hit the submit. Let's wait for some time. So yeah, this works absolutely correct. So I'll just come here. Let's consider this example. Let's try to understand with this example. So let's consider this example. So initially, the input will be, we are giving this one, BABAD, right? So we'll be initializing the DP table with, as we have took this one, new array, length of this, we will be initializing with false, right? So we have the length is here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we will initialize 5 thing to F here. So this is the first step, nothing but the initialization, right? So let me give false in our case, right? So this is fine. In the next step, what we'll do, the longest palindromic substring that we're initializing to empty string. This is fair, nothing. First thing, sorry. Second step, outer loop. This one we'll be considering I, right? So the outer loop will start from the end of the string. So we can see here, we are starting from the end of the string, reversing, right? This one, we are starting from the D here, basically, when I say. This starts from the end of the string and will and moves to the beginning. Nothing from 4 to 0, from the index 4 to 0, right? This will be 4. It starts from 0. So 4 to 0. We are considering from D to B completely, right? So this is where. Next, inner loop J we are considering, nothing but the second loop, second for loop we have considered, right? So here, for each I, the inner loop also starts from the end of the string. Here also, the inner loop starts from here itself. And means D. It is starting from D. And we will move to the I, where I has stopped. Whether I has stopped in the A, we will stop the J here itself. So, we'll be moving from the end to where the I stops. Suppose I has stopped here itself. We'll be moving the J from D to B. So, this is clear. Next, what we'll go for, let's go for the iterations. I'll just delete this one. initially what we got, initially I is 4, right? So I is 4 means we are starting from, we are starting reverse, right? So here you can see, we are starting from the end of the string, nothing but the last index. This will be I equals 4 and j will also be 4. So we will check this one, s of I, this we will come to this step. I and j both are 4. Now we will check whether s of 4 equals s of 4. So j minus I less than or equal less than 2, then it is a palindrome. dp of 4 is 2 because we are checking for the single string now, d, single string d. So this is true, right? We will update the LPS, longest palindromic substring, to d. Now in the first step, first iteration, we are getting longest palindromic substring for the d. This one will be d, right? First step. So length of the LPS is less than 1, so we will set this one to d, first step. Next step, I will be 3, nothing but we will be considering a, right? J will be, I will be 3, j will be 4 itself. So j will remain at 4 itself, I will be 3 now, this 2. So s of 3, s of 3 is not equal to s of 4, so dp of 4 is false. Now dp of 4 is initially false and j equals 3. Now we will check s of 3 equals s of 3 and j minus I is less than 2. So it's a palindrome. dp of 3 equals true, we get. So LPS remains d itself because a is not longer than d, so we'll be considering d itself for now. This is the second iteration. So let's come to the third iteration. Nothing but I will be 2 now. We have checked for d and a. Let's come to b now. Third iteration. From reverse, we are reverse iteration we are carrying on, right? So we'll consider b now. Now j will be 4 itself. We'll consider s of 2 is not equal to s of 4. While we come here, this will be 2, right? S of 2 is not equal to s of 4. I will be 2 and j will be 4 itself. S of 2 is not equal to s of 4. So dp of 4 is false. And j equals 3 also, s of 2 is not equal to s of 3 when we come here. So again dp of 3 will be false. So when I equals 2 and j equals 2, we will consider s of 2 equals s of 2 and j minus I less than 2. Then it is a palindrome. Nothing but dp of 2 is true. LPS again remains d itself because b is not greater than d. So d is greater. So this will remain, d will remain the longest palindromic substring even in the third iteration. So next what we will do, next I will be 1, nothing but one more step. This one we will consider a. So here I will be 1, j will be 4. This will be false when we come to this one. S of 4, s of 1 is not equal to s of 4. Second one, j equals 3, s of 1 will not be equal to, s of 1 we will check with s of 3. S of 1 is not equal to s of 4. dp of 4, first one will be false. S of 1 will be true because we will be considering b, a, b. This one, right? b, a and b. This whole thing. So we'll consider this one. This will be true because BAB is a palindrome. So this one, B, A and B. BAB is a palindrome. So we will be updating DP of 3 to true and LPS to ABA. This one will be updating to ABA. Right? Since ABA is longer than D. So next again we'll go for j equals 2. S of 1 is not equal to s of 2. So this will be false. J equals 1. It will be true. So s of 1 we will consider with again s of 1 itself. So j minus I less than 2. It's a palindrome. Nothing but dp of 1 is true. Nothing but now we have got two more things. One is BAB and EABA in this step. So further we'll do the same thing. J equals 4 and when I equals 0, nothing but we will check for B as well. So you can just check the same thing. Will not get any palindrome. So I'll just skip this iteration. So whatever the this one palindrome that we have got, the substrings that are palindrome that we got here is One is BAB and another one is ABA. So let me delete this one. Whatever the palindrome that we got is, one is BAB and another one is ABA, right? So this is fine. So either we can display BAB or ABA. That's what they have given in the output as well. So for this BABA D, the output they have given BAB. Either ABA is also valid answer they have given. So the final value of longest palindromic substring, nothing but this one, LPS will be is either BAB or ABA. So LPS, the final value of the LPS will be either BAB or ABA, which is the longest palindromic substring in the input. BABA, this one. We took this example, right? But this one. So you can check for the second example as well. So carrying on with the same steps. So you'll get the similar one. You'll get the output BB, right? So let me delete this one. So what will be the time complexity and the space complexity? So the time complexity would be big O of n to the power of 2. Why big O of n to the power of 2? Because we are making use of two nested loops. We can clearly see here, we are making use of the two nested loops. So the time complexity would be big O of n to the power of 2. What would be the space complexity? The space complexity would be big O of n. Why the space complexity would be big O of n? Due to the DP array, we have made use of this one. So let DP, this one, right? So due to the DP array used to store the palindromic checks. So the overall time complexity would be big O of n to the power of 2. We are making use of the nested for loops, and here we are making use of the DP array to store the palindromic check. So the overall complexity, space complexity would be big O of n. So I'll just come here. Let me give the time complexity big O of n to the power of 2. Simple. Next one, space complexity would be big O of n. So let me comment this one. So yeah, let me submit this again. So yeah, this works absolutely correct, right? So this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.